On July 10th, 2025, Bank of Ghana put out a notice mandating anybody operating virtual assets in Ghana to register with it. The deadline for that registration was August 15th, 2025. Then on October 10th, 2025, Bank of Ghana put out another notice asking people who haven't registered their virtual assets to register by December 2025. And they were clear that registration is not licensed, blah, blah, blah. Why did Bank of Ghana give people a deadline? They don't obey the deadline. And Bank of Ghana's only response is providing another deadline. Is it because Bank of Ghana is a toothless bulldog who cannot enforce a notice that it called mandatory? I'll tell you. My name is Tony. I'm a Ghanaian writer who lives in the US. On this channel, I talk about Ghana's international relations and economic issues. If you like intellectual conversations, subscribe to this channel. Now, let's get right into it. So, Bank of Ghana in 2018 put out a notice that cryptocurrency, the most popular form of virtual asset today, is not legal tender in Ghana. So people operating or using cryptocurrency in Ghana are doing it at their own risk. And Securities and Exchange Commission, another body in Ghana, came and said, yo, Bank of Ghana, why are you talking about cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is not under the purview of Bank of Ghana, it's under the purview of Securities and Exchange Commission because cryptocurrency is a security, not money. We'll get into that. And the Bank of Ghana said, you know what? I'm going to ask Parliament to put cryptocurrency and other forms of virtual assets under our Payment System and Services Act. So Payment System and Services Act is a law Parliament passed in 2019 to regulate fintech and other forms of digital money in Ghana. So mobile money is regulated under Payment System and Services in Ghana, right? So Bank of Ghana have authority over digital money. Cryptocurrency, Bank of Ghana have said it is not legal tender, so it is not digital money. So what then it is? That is why Securities and Exchange Commission said it is a security. So security will be something like shares, debentures, and stuff like that, right? So cryptocurrency, depending on what you are using it for, can be both legal tender and assets. They've been, there was a court case I read some time ago in the US where the court couldn't decide whether cryptocurrency is legal tender or not. So we don't know. So the point is, for it to be used for anything in Ghana, somebody in Ghana should give it authority, right? That is why Bank of Ghana went to Parliament to seek authority under the Payment System and Services Act to operate cryptocurrency. It was unsuccessful. So in August 2024, which is last year, Bank of Ghana finally got us a framework for regulating virtual assets in Ghana. The framework indicated that Bank of Ghana, Securities Exchange Commission, Data Protection Commission, Cybersecurity Authority, Ghana Revenue Authority will all come together to regulate cryptocurrency because cryptocurrency falls under all of them. In case you are wondering what Revenue Authority is doing over there, yes, that's because according to the Bank of Ghana, if you're operating cryptocurrency, you pay 1% tax on it. So that's where they need the authority revenue for. You understand? So, as it stands now, that is the framework. And the framework has been put before Parliament by a bill called Virtual Asset Services Providers Bill. That means that bill means that it hasn't yet been passed into law yet. Parliament will pass it into an act, and then the president will sign it and it will become law of Ghana. So as it stands now, there is no law in Ghana legally operating or regulating cryptocurrency. So when Bank of Ghana is asking people to register, I'm not a lawyer, but I know there is something in law called quo warranto. By what authority? By what authority is Bank of Ghana asking people to register? Nobody knows. That is why, even though people don't obey Bank of Ghana's deadline, they couldn't do anything about it because they don't have the authority to enforce the crypto law in Ghana. This is important because Bank of Ghana is walking a fine line, because cryptocurrency, according to a tech guru who operates in Bank of Ghana, is dicey for Bank of Ghana. Bank of Ghana does not have the forensic analysis to, trace it yet. So they need to not anger the youth, because if the youth go dark, what are they going to do? This is what happened in Nigeria, In 2020, it was found out that 1 out of every 3 virtual asset operating in Africa was in Nigeria. Yeah, Nigeria use a lot of cryptocurrency because their currency is weak. Naira is weak. So Nigerian youth trust cryptocurrency more. And so the Central Bank of Nigeria, that is the name of the Central Bank of Nigeria. It is called the Central Bank of Nigeria. The Central Bank of Nigeria passed a law or put an order out banning cryptocurrency. How did they do that? They have authority over banks and fintech companies in Nigeria. So they asked banks and fintech companies in Nigeria not to do business with cryptocurrency companies. What do you think happened? Banks and fintech companies stopped doing business with cryptocurrency companies in Nigeria. And do you think cryptocurrency went away? No. Within 3 months, peer-to-peer transactions on locally owned cryptocurrency companies shot up by 25%. The youth found a way to do transactions without involving banks. Peer-to-peer is like, an example would be when you buy something and you pay with mobile money and the person who you bought from receives it on their wallet. So you don't need to go through a third party. The two of you are sending money between each other. That is peer-to-peer, So the move to peer-to-peer, and you will crazy to find out that $9 billion worth of mobile money transactions happened peer-to-peer in Nigeria in this period. That is why the Central Bank of Nigeria came back and changed their tune, and now they've unbanned cryptocurrency in Nigeria. Because what? If you can't beat them, join them. The issue with cryptocurrency operation is people who are using cryptocurrency in Africa, the youth, are doing that because they don't trust the government. So the way the government can win their trust is not by throwing its weight around. That is what Bank of Ghana is trying to posture right now, throwing their weight around. But to quote Northwest, Kanye West's daughter, you don't want no problem, you just talking. You have no power, you are just talking. Bank of Ghana have no power on cryptocurrency currently. They are just talking. So instead of talking, get to working. I don't like how our countries are being run, baby. The way they run Ghana is just throwing weight around instead of solving problems. Instead of finding ways, if you are serious about regulating cryptocurrency, to do it, you are using power you don't have, ultra vires. That's what I wanted to point out, that Bank of Ghana doesn't have authority to tell people to register with it because Parliament hasn't given it authority yet. So Bank of Ghana is just doing talking. Thank you for watching. In the next part of this video, this is the third part, in the fourth and final part, I'm going to connect Ghana to the rest of the world when it comes to cryptocurrency. Why are so many young people in so many poor countries using cryptocurrency instead of working with their central government? I'll tell you. Talk to you later and subscribe to this channel.